Hey guys, it's Mater. I know I ain't been doing me. Ain't been able to do a live stream. I know I didn't do one last week. Oh, how's everybody doing tonight? It's cooling off. Feeling pretty good right now. I gotta wait on everybody to show up. First, I'll put the thing out, notification out there, and nobody wants to show up one time. But yeah, it's been rough at work. Until somebody, I'm gonna wait till some start popping in here. Hey Steven, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing tonight? Oh, been a long weekend. Yeah, Steven, and usually I got oh, Mike Hodge wanting to be the first one to pop in. You actually beat him to it. Oh, but I figured I'd get some people in here and let everybody know what I ended up buying. Uh, Tired. I mean, it's been almost 10-hour day. Yeah, it looks like I got a troll out of Killeen on here. They're always wanting to say bad stuff about me. All right, I got the link. Hey, Froggy, how you doing, girl? Thank you for showing up. She's actually in the house right now. She's been trying to cook some barbecue chicken for dinner, and it ain't gotten finished yet. So y'all might be seeing seeing us out here eating. Good, Froggy. Brandon, I don't even want to hear you sing. I've done it before. It's like, nope, 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 no mas. I don't know if they make earplugs good enough to drown out that kind of noise. But no, I wound up doing some shopping yesterday at the good old Harbor Freight. Yeah, spent more money than I guess you could say. Yeah, I spent more money than what I had common sense for, but it was worth it. I got some of the U.S. General uh, stuff yesterday. I got the End Locker, which if you look up on Harbor Freight's website and you look up for that particular SKU number, it won't come up. I had the manager check. Hey, Shell, how you doing? Thank you for being here. But yeah, the manager at the store, he looked it up and he could find the in 44 inch. He could find the top box. He could find the bottom box in the red. he could not find any of the red end lockers. Warehouse had 0. Well, guess how many that Harbor Freight store has now? 0, because I got the last end locker in red that they had. And I wound up buying the end cabinet also. Got lucky because, I had the 20% off coupon. Well, they excluded the just general toolboxes. Cashier was nice enough to use a 10% off coupon for me on both of them. And it wound up, she wound up doing each one. That way I could save 10%. And it was, there's Mike Hodge. But anyways, wound up being $233 each. And they go for like $240. So, yeah, about $7 cheaper than what normal price is. I was able to save that much money on it. Now, I don't have them in here. I still got them in the shrink wrap. I did have to take them out of the box, the actual cardboard boxes. Now, the end cabinet, it was actually strapped down to a pallet. And I'm like this, it was not easy coming home with that end locker in the car. The only way to get it and have the hatchback closed was I literally had to have the seat go forward. And more, I'm driving home like this. It's like, okay, let's get home and get this thing unloaded. But I did get it in the Skittle Red. Wound up doing, what was it? About a month ago when I wound up doing the video. So it was like, they had it in black, yellow, orange, and red were the 4 colors that they had the cabinets or the end lockers. Yes.
I've got to go back and get mine because if I don't,
okay,
if I don't do it one at a time, yeah.
Is that rain coming down?
No, that's wind right now. Hi guys.
Froggy here.
Hi Froggy. Hi Shell.
Yep.
Barbecue chicken and hash browns. I added something to the hash browns. Let me know if it's good. No, it's not arsenic.
I was say, I hope not. And it better not be any of those blue pills that Brandon keeps wanting me to take all crushed up.
I don't have any of those.
Good, because if it did, you'd be in trouble.
Yeah, because I don't need them.
All right, Froggy, were you talking to me about that, or are you talking about her? All right, put the cigarette out so I can eat. Talk about arsenic being tasteless? Oh, you've had it before, huh? I was just trying to figure out who she's talking, who Froggy's saying gorgeous to. Crystal. I know her just. Let's see how the taters are. Not bad. Oh. I was hoping you'd be talking to me, Froggy. It's either me or Crystal. One of the two. No, I got a train going through. But no, it's like I had to, just figured to go by over there. There was a couple other things I was wanting to get from Harbor Freight, being Father's Day. And hey, I'm not gonna pass up 20% off on an item. And they had their air compressor, a little 12-volt air compressor I've been wanting to keep in the car. Hey, why not? Took 20% off. All right, we have the chicken now. Yeah, tastes like frog. They say everything's supposed to taste like frog. I'm still trying to figure out what frog is supposed to taste like. Oh, a lot of stuff hitting the roof right now. Well, hello, Whitey. Got one of the outside cats coming up. Oh, you smell my food, huh? That's why you're coming over here. Meow. Meow. Yeah, I got my outside cats. Yeah, the chicken tastes like frog. Now, I will admit, yeah, I know, I'm just kidding with you, Froggy. But I remember when I went on, I don't remember which cruise it was. I think it was the second one. They actually, during one of the nights during dinner, what Carnival does is when you open up the menu like this, you've got one side, on the left-hand side of the menu, it's all the same every single night. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm getting there. On the other side, it changes every day. You've got all the different appetizers and entrees and everything. But they have also got a thing on there. It's called Why Don't You? And it's always, something that's like, well, you never tried it, so why don't you?
Hi, baby. How's my girl?
We got other company in here. A big cat.
Which one?
Whitey. Yep.
Come here, baby. I'll give you some.
But it's always, like an appetizer or something like that. They always say,
Okay, sweetheart.
Yeah.
You got to move your junk.
It's not junk. It's tools and stuff.
Yeah. Dinner from 3 days ago?
No, because it's empty.
Like I said, from 3 days ago.
Well,
Mark out. Where you at?
my trash can has disappeared.
Come here. Hey. See what I put up with? She can have skin or meat, no bone.
Okay. But
That's what she was eating.
they actually had broiled frog legs. You saw what, Froggy?
Did you try the hash browns yet?
Yeah, they're pretty good. It's the first thing I tried. Stephen was trying to say that arsenic has no taste.
It depends on how much you put in it, Stephen.
But yeah,
But mustard works.
yeah. Oh, she saw Whitey? Yeah. Because Whitey took off right after. She was right there at the door. You see her go, I smell something good. She was doing that. It was like, I smell something good. And, but they had, I know another night they actually had braised rabbit as an appetizer.
Where's this at?
That was on Carnival Cruise Line. During the main dining room at night. And hey, Doc.
Hi, Doc.
But yeah, that's one thing I love about with main dining room every night on the cruise ship is that you gotta consider you can eat 24/7 on a cruise ship, and you ain't got to pay for anything unless you want to go to a specialty restaurant like steakhouse, the sushi bar.
We have dog.
Yeah, got a blondie down there.
The only blonde allowed in the house besides my kid.
Yeah. But the one thing that I didn't know on the first cruise is that you don't have to stick with just one appetizer, one main, dish, or one dessert. You can have multiple. If you want 2 different appetizers, 2 different entrees, 2 different desserts, all you gotta do is tell the wait staff, they'll bring it to you.
Mm. And the good news is, if you feed her, she will like you more and not bark as much.
Probably.
What do you mean, probably? How do you think I got her to quit barking at me so much?
Yeah.
You'll have to drop it. She can't come up that high. Come on. Oh, good girl.
Yeah, you did put mustard in with them.
Both Honey and Dijon. Because
Okay.
you had open ones in the ice box.
Yeah.
I was like, I need something.
Yeah.
So I like potatoes. I like plain potatoes. I just didn't want them.
But yeah, I know that's one thing I'm looking forward to is for the next cruise.
Him putting on about another 20 pounds.
I'm still trying to work off the last one that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But then of course, my bosses are saying, "Well, that woman of yours is sure must be feeding you good. You're getting fat."
Yeah. Oh, it's mother approved. She says it's good.
What? Okay. Good.
And it's doggy approved on the chicken.
A dog will approve about anything. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, there's some stuff she won't eat.
She's that finicky?
No, she just figured out hot and spicy is not for a dog.
But she likes jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow we had a pack of beef jerky just been opened. Well, it wasn't full when Crystal walked back in the room.
Yeah. I heard her get into something, but she was quiet. And I just called her back to the door. We've got a door that connects my son's room to our room. And there's one of his old shirts there that he doesn't wear anymore. He said he wanted to trash it. Well, I threw it on the floor and I said, "Where's your bed?" She didn't go to the shirt because that's her bed in our room. So now, come on, baby. Come over here. Hey. Good girl. So she was eating, but I was working on my baby blanket I'm making. I'm on the 3rd repeat, and oh, Doc. Okay.
Yeah, Steven's talking to Doc.
Yeah. And I've got one more row to finish before I change back to white because I'm doing red and white alternating. And I goofed up when I made it. It's 30 minutes for one row.
Oof.
It's one long baby blanket.
Yeah. She's working on it.
And I almost got my four row done.
Sorry, guys. I apologize. I know I'm eating everything, but Usually I've got my dinner cooked. I've had dinner before coming on, but
It didn't do what it was supposed to do. It wasn't done like I thought I had it ready for. Hey, watch the fingers.
she's gonna just adds extra flavor.
Watch the fork.
That's for later tonight.
If it lands on that board, she ain't gonna have a problem with it.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's been about 10 years since I've cooked bone-in chicken. So my timing is off on it. And it should have been done at 7, not after 8 o'clock. Sorry.
I will admit, though, with, her, I am cutting down my expenses as far as eating out for lunch, because now I just come home and it's ready. Except for today. Today I actually did buy lunch.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll make tamales.
Mm.
One lady that I used to work with, she's one of our outside contractors, and she makes tamales. And I talked to her, what was it, Friday? Either Thursday or Friday. I talked to her and asked her when she was going to make tamales. She goes, oh, I have them ready Monday. Okay. And I told her I wanted 1 dozen pork, 1 dozen chicken. She goes, okay.
I had 2 chicken, 1 pork, and he ate all of them.
No, I didn't eat all of them, but
It was the chicken thigh pieces. Now, if I'm going to do a whole chicken, that thing is going in the oven all day.
no.
Because that's going to be like an Easter dinner, Sunday dinner, something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I'm not wanting to do that anytime soon. Thank you. I want to do pot roast first.
Yeah. But no, Crystal, she brought some tamales, homemade tamales down from Oklahoma. Yeah, no. Let's just say those things crumbled. I don't know what she had. What did you have the oven set for? For 400?
But I had the lid on.
They should have cooked.
Well, it didn't do it. So, like I said,
yeah.
I'm out of practice on bone-in.
Okay. Anyways, I brought the tamales home and everything for lunch. It was $12 a dozen. And she goes, oh, these are so much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll tell my dad and my kid brother don't get me anymore.
Yeah, because she's going, ooh, nice.
Yeah. And your mosquitoes are out.
I got the zapper going.
Yeah. And?
Well, I do have the thing of...
There's food out, no.
I was going to say, I do have the thing of Redneck cologne.
There's food out, no.
Not yet.
I think she went out in the backyard.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that to someone one time years back. So, boy, I'm fixing to really drive all the women crazy. I'm fixing to put on some Redneck cologne. They go, huh?
Hi, Doug. Hi, Lori.
Hey, how y'all doing today? Thank you for stopping in. But, yeah. I don't know if she was a blonde or not, but I doubt she just did not get the fact of what Redneck cologne was.
Took me a second to go do what?
But you know what it is.
Yeah, because I'd never heard of it before. I'd never heard of it phrased like that. Yeah. So, oh well, he's gonna let me go shopping with his card tomorrow. No supervision.
I have no choice because I'm going to be at work, and that was another thing is I want finally getting my riding lawnmower out after I'd asked someone to do the weed eating around it, and someone didn't pay attention, decided to weed eat around the riding a lawnmower that has no seat on it and no mower deck. And
Behave.
It's like, oh, I gotta be more specific on that.
And I looked at you and said yes. Okay, wind is picking up. Dog is got her ears up and ready, so we're probably going to have rain within the next half hour to an hour. So I'm going to go in, get my stuff cleaned up. You make sure and bring yours in.
I'm going to, and oh, there she goes.
Yeah. Well, no, she had ears and tail up and looking at the wind, so it's going to rain.
Yep.
And much as I love you guys, love interacting with you, I don't like getting showered on by Mother Nature. I don't mind in-house, but that no.
That's not that bad. Just
depends on where you're at.
Just
bye,
run,
guys. Come on, Scout.
Just run faster and take a bar of soap. That should have made me forget what I was talking about. Oh, but anyways, it was hey Wayne, how you doing? I didn't see you pop in there. But the fuel pump is one of those vacuum operated fuel pumps had gone out. That was $27. Then of course I had to pull the carburetor off, clean it up some because the gas and everything got in there and kind of did a little varnishing. And got it all running. I was like, all right. Got the mower out, got the tires pumped up, so been sitting for a while. They went flat. And then all of a sudden, I'm out there mowing, and all of a sudden I got all this smoke, and got the smell belt burned up on it. Undoubtedly, it wasn't the correct one, so she's got to go get me the correct belt and everything tomorrow. That's all there is to it. And I got it at the, wow. I've heard about the storms being, up there. I heard about tornadoes hitting Chicago today. It's like, wow. Okay, I know I'm going to be feeling that from where that mosquito got me. They just had their last meal. Steve, I hope you hunker down good. Yeah. Like, well, Doug and Lori, stay safe. But, yeah, I just could not believe the fact, Chicago actually getting tornadoes up there. Wow. Chicken's not bad. Now I'm going to itch because of that damn mosquito. Add the link up there if anybody ever wanted to join, show up. Oh, it's trying to remember I don't remember what year. It's probably about 15 years old, 15, 20 years old. It's an Ariens riding lawnmower, 42 inch, and it had the Color Courage 19 engine. And that's the one that decided the counterbalance decided to come apart and put a hole about that big around the side of the block. That's the one. That's the mower that I did a video on. One for when I put that Predator 708 on it. It's also the same one where I wound up did the video doing the spindles for the mower deck. So, I mean, I know I'm putting more money into it, but it's a lot cheaper to do that than go and buy another mower. I mean, like $40 for a new belt. So I figure that's definitely a lot cheaper than going to buy a new mower. Those videos were from last year. No, cause it definitely from last summer. All right, sweetie. Now I know you're inside. A little bit. Oh, that's what it is. A little bit of the gristle, you'd say. But yeah, like I said, that's it could be Wayne. I know I had the Color Courage 20 or 19, and I just had the thing. I just had to jump start it because the battery had gone bad in it, and it wound up dying on me. So I brought my truck over, got it jump started, got it done, got it all started up. Unhooked the cables, went to go put it back in the back of the truck. By the time I got to the back of the truck, I all of a sudden started running real bad. It just died, and I see this cloud of blue smoke coming from it. Go over to it, pull the hood and everything up, and got oil coming out. I was like, oh man. Okay. Yeah, well, I got bit right there on the wrist by a mosquito, and so yeah, I'm fixing to finish this up, and don't have much left. I'm gonna put this plate up. I'm gonna go inside, put the plate up. Then I'm gonna smell pretty. I'm gonna be putting on my redneck cologne. But Wayne, I know that on Musty One, he was working. I don't remember. It was probably about maybe a couple of weeks ago. He had a video come out where he was actually working on I don't remember what kind of mower it was, but it had the Color Courage engine in it, and the bolt that there's two halves for that counterbalance, and there's a bolt that comes up from the bottom, and it literally broke off at the top, and that's what messed up everything. But it didn't put a hole in the block. But he tore the whole engine apart and found out what the problem was. I will be doing a video on that. I will be getting that engine. I still got it. I'll do a tear down on it and find out, do like what Musty One did. It's like, okay, this is what happened. Revving up and down, that sounds like the governor is not set correctly. Brandon, you still on here? You know more about that than I do. I mean, I'm not an expert on those, Wayne, so, Brandon, he knows more about working on them small engines and them mowers. A fly wanting to bother me too. But yeah, Wayne, I mean, it could be the cam. I know I was yesterday watching Twisted, or actually it was Ed, Polar Bear Ed, and they were talking about, yeah, they do go at a time on them. So I don't know. I said, I'm in no way, shape, or form an expert on those. I'm still learning. That's why I was going, if Brandon's still on here, maybe he could answer. All right, guys, I'm going to go put my plate up, bring my drink, and I'll be right back. Right back. All right, I'm back. But now, Wayne, like I said, to me, okay, I got spray. It's ready to put some of the stuff on. They're bad right now. I don't know why. Oh, I know I'm gonna smell party. Okay. 23 horse Kohler. Man, like I said, I wish Brandon was still on here. And y'all are being quiet. Nobody even wants to come up on panel tonight. What's up with you guys? Huh? Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah. That's better. But now, like I said, I'll be doing a video on that that Kohler Courage 18 or 19. Excuse me. Yeah, it's 19. Yeah, I wish I did, Wayne, but being in the city, someone might be seeing the ducks and everything, and they might go, "Ooh, duck à l'orange." And I've got a bug zapper and it works. Y'all can hear it too. You know, one got me somewhere back here. I can feel where they wound up doing it. Oh, talking about my lighter? No, this is the it's a torch. That Crystal wanted to get me. It's refillable butane. I like the torch lighter because you know, going on cruise and everything, one of the main areas that you can actually be able to smoke at on the ship is up on, I think, deck 11, and it gets pretty windy up there. So if you got a regular style Bic lighter or maybe even the Zippo, you still have a flame out. These torches, nope, you can be up there and you can light it up, no problem. This is only a single one, but Crystal did get me. There's another one inside the house. It's a 2-burner torch. I like the torch lighters. Yeah, they do. Like I said, I've been on, was it 3 cruises already? And your 2 main areas for smoking are going to be in your casino. Now, you can't really smoke at the tables per se, but you've got the bar and everything. And they actually do have it divided up where one side's smoking, one side's non-smoking. But you've got up on the deck, you know, the main deck out in the open, which is usually deck 11, which is going to have you away from the pool and everything. Is the next deck up. Yeah, they got one side of the ship where it's smoking. The other side of the ship is non-smoking. So now you can't smoke in your cabin. You can't smoke if you got a balcony. You can't smoke on the balcony. Like, okay. Now there are some that actually do have a cigar shop in the little promenade area. Okay, you can smoke inside there. I mean, they do have some. There are some other areas that you can actually go and smoke at. So, yeah. Now, I will say this. You can buy cigarettes on there pretty cheap. I mean, you can get, I think, like 2 cartons of Marlboros for, I want to say for about $60. You can buy 2 cartons of Marlboro. I think you can get the Camel Red, Marlboro Reds, either 100s or shorts. There's not a good selection as far as different brands of cigarettes on a cruise ship, but they're all tax-free, duty-free. But here's the thing. You buy them on the cruise ship, the best thing to do is buy them day one. As long as you're on like a 7-day cruise, you know, like me, about a pack a day. By the time you're ready to get off the ship and everything, you're almost out of cigarettes. I mean, you've almost gone through the entire carton. You come back into port. Okay, if you got any, you're supposed to report them to customs. It's just like with, you know, if you buy any alcohol, so like, you know, it's like when I was in Jamaica, okay, I went up buying 3 bottles of rum. I got the Bumbu, I got the 2 bottles of rum cream. Coming back on the ship, of course, they confiscated them, but that's normal, okay? What they're doing is they're holding them for you, and what they're going to do is the very last night of the cruise, they'll put them in your cabin. No big deal. I was telling Crystal that you can actually, if you want, you can go on. I know with Carnival, I don't know if Royal Caribbean does it. I think they do. Of course, I'm not sure about like MSC or any of the others, but you can actually pay to have a bottle of whatever kind of liquor you want in your cabin. The only problem is I looked online. Oh, I could have had a bottle of Crown Royal wait for me in my cabin. I'm not going to pay $95 for that when like liquor stores got it for what, about $35? Just to have the fact of, you know, go spend another what, $60, $70 for a bottle of liquor. And it's like, no, I'm good. I'm not, you know, I'm not going to spend that much in drinks. I don't even believe. Especially when going on a pirate cruise, we got complimentary. Usually we'll have 2 or 3 private get-togethers with complimentary drinks and hors d'oeuvres. So yeah, I got flame out of my cigarette. But yeah, going on a cruise, Doug and Lori. Hey, it's Ed the Old Tech Guy. How you doing tonight? You want to pop in here, Ed? I'll put the link back up. No one else wants to be up on panel. There, I got the link. Yeah. They definitely want you to spend money on a cruise ship. I found out that there are some good deals, but then there are some bad deals on there. It depends. It also depends upon what you're going on the cruise for. If you're going with a group, you know, stuff like that. or if it's like just a getaway for a couple, or you going with the kids. How are you going on the cruise? Why are you going on it? And everything. You've got to plan, try and get everything planned out. It was like your ports, going to do, I'd say going to pre-do an excursion. Look for all that stuff before you actually get into the port and get on the cruise ship itself. For me, I'm always planning my stuff out 7, 8 months ahead. Yeah. Yeah, getting it like Crystal was saying, getting into a concert or state fair is like a cruise ship. Yeah, it's cheap to get in, but then every time you turn around, you're gonna have someone trying to sell you something, trying to get you spending more money. You can wind up spending almost double of what the cruise fare itself costs on the cruise ship. So say you spend $1,500, you can spend extra $2,000, no problem. It's like the steakhouse that's on there. Was it Fahrenheit 555? Yeah. Now, one thing I know with Carnival they do is first night on the cruise, if you do not want to eat in the main dining room, and you can take advantage of some little things they do, you can go to almost any of the specialty restaurants for dinner that night. They will give you a complimentary bottle of wine. Hey, Doug and Laurie, you take it easy. Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, I mean, they'll actually give you a complimentary bottle of wine first night only. But you're paying for that specialty restaurant. So a specialty restaurant, it's going to be good food, but you're going to be you might spend $100 there. Now, to me, do I want to do that? No, because I'm happy going to the main dining room because you don't know. I mean, they might have steak that night. There might be lobster night. So yeah, you can be missing out on some good food. And trust me, the food in the main dining room, oh, excellent. I've never had any breakfast, dinner, or lunch in the main dining room. I've never had a problem with it. Love it. The buffets, like Crystal was saying, be prepared to be about 10 to 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds heavier after the cruise ship. Because like I said, 24/7 eating. Hey, if you don't want to leave your cabin in the morning, you can have room service bring it to you. Which, I mean, I've had that, done before. It's some cruise ships are wanting now to charge extra for it. Some are not. And some are doing a complimentary, but they'll do like a delivery fee for it. Or some things on there are complimentary and some things are not. You got to pay extra for them. Just got to look at all that. But yeah, I mean, going on a cruise ship, oh, I can't wait for another one. My travel agent told me on the very first cruise is once you go on one, you're going to be hooked. Yeah, I'm hooked. I definitely want to go back, and I know for a fact Crystal is going to love it. Let's see. Been to Cozumel 3 times. I think it's 3 times now. No, been to Cozumel twice. Been to Progreso once. Let's see. and one I'm going to Key West, Florida. And then on that cruise, it was Key West, Florida, and 2 stops in the Bahamas. We had Freeport and Nassau. Beautiful out there. Hey, Jamie. Well, better late than never. Let's see. Been to, let's say, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and of course that was on the last cruise. That was 2 years ago. So it was Grand Cayman, Jamaica, and Cozumel on that one. But yeah, I mean, this next one, like I say, it was supposed to have gone to it was Cozumel, Costa Maya, and then Roatan, Honduras. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on all the crap from CDC to get their butts in order to say, yeah, you can start up and everything, which all because of the damn Kung flu. But yeah, cruise ships, oh, fun. I mean, one thing I do like is the movies that they play. Some of them are been out for a while. Some of them are new releases. Now, I will say this. Some ships do have what they call the IMAX theater, which they will have a what is out now movie. But it's also that's extra cost. Okay? To me, I'm the kind of guy, if I've got the extra money, I don't mind spending it. But if I can, find a way of not spending the money, I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to do it. That's why a lot of stuff that I'm doing around the house, I'm doing it myself instead of paying, except for the roof. I actually had to pay someone to do the roof because it needed to get done, and I didn't have time for it and everything. Yeah, Jamie, I can understand it. Now, depends upon what part of Honduras. Like I said, I'm talking about going to Roatan, which is the little island part of Honduras. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait. I mean, but with their movies, you can actually be out up on the deck. They have the big screen and everything right there by the main pool in the center. And when they're playing the movies, I mean, they'll show like 2 movies a night on Carnival. Go down there by the pool. Of course, I'm up on deck 11 because that's where the smoking section's at. And deck, 10. Hey, you want popcorn? Okay, they got it. You want pizza? Okay, they got it. And they're playing. They start about usually about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And I mean, sometimes I remember one night they actually had 3 movies they were playing at night. It's like, we got to be up early to get ready to be in port. So 6 o'clock, got to be up. It was actually, I think, I was about 5:30 that morning, and got dressed, went down, and was like, oh, dagnabbit, buffet's not open yet. We had to wait until 6 o'clock, I think. I didn't want pizza, not that early in the morning. But when I'm having the breakfast and everything, and when I'm going, I think it was 7 o'clock. We had to go get to the tender boats because that's when we got into Grand Cayman. Hey, Breezy. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. But Yeah, in Grand Cayman, they don't have a dock that you can actually pull up to because the harbor's not deep enough for a pier and everything. So you have to take a tender boat from your cruise ship to the port or to the pier and everything. So, wow. Hey Adam, how you doing? Hey Brandon, did you hear what Wayne was talking about with the his riding mower? How it's wanting to surge and everything. It's got that Kohler Courage, 23 horse. Figured you might know more about what would be going on with it than I would. All right, appreciate it. Hopefully you got something sticky to go. It's in there too. Hey Wayne, you want to put that back in the chat? That way Brandon can see what you were talking about. I know it's the Kohler Courage 23 horse. All right, appreciate it, Adam. Uh, it's not adult beverage, but cheers. I appreciate it. Damn. Appreciate that, Adam. That's TMI. Trying to give you a hard time. But yeah, he was talking about he wanted to know uh, if they do jump out of time and everything. It's like I'm not the yeah that's what I was thinking. The governor is out of adjustment because he says it kind of surges back and forth. That's what I was thinking. The governor, it's messed. It's not adjusted correctly. Well, Ed was saying that yeah, some of those Kohler Courage engines have been known to get out of time. No problem, Jamie. Hey, if y'all want me to put, if anybody wants to come up on panel, all you gotta do is let me know, and I'll put the link back up. Hey, Brandon, what's the temperature like down there? Oh, well, let's see. The 5th. What is the 5th, Jamie? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I know Crystal, our son and I are supposed to be um, going up to Oklahoma to see her dad. And everything for 4th of July. Okay. Well, we're going to be coming back that Monday, which is the 5th. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be leaving Oklahoma. We should be back. Depends upon what time we leave. and everything, and how many other idiots are still out there on the road, especially the Oklahoma idiots that still don't know how to drive. Then, of course, you got the Dallas traffic, which, luckily for us, Friday night, there wasn't that much of it because everybody was sleeping in about 1 o'clock in the morning. But, yep. We're leaving. Now we're actually leaving the 3rd. Yeah, we're sometime that Saturday morning. We're going to be in the car, all packed up and heading up there, and we won't be back till, like I said, sometime Saturday or Monday, because I got to be at work Tuesday. Yeah. Uh, there's Wayne. Come on in, Wayne.
Hey, I thought this would make it easier.
How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. No, that motor, I went through the carburetor, checked the manifold for leaks with carburetor cleaner, adjusted the valves to the proper clearance, checked the air gap on the coils, checked to make sure that both coils were firing evenly and consistent. But it sounds like almost like the engine is like a pre-detonation on both cylinders, because you can pull the spark plug wire on one side or the other, and it's just like it's not firing quite in time. It's like pre-detonating. It's a weird sound. I mean, I can rev it up and down, but it's still that the motor's got, it's like it's not smooth. It's, instead of a nice whirl spin, wah wah, it's kind of like a did in the way it runs, and it'll idle, and it'll run wide open, but it's not smooth and consistent. And I went through I went through and took a copper wire and went through the jets, and I cleaned the float bowl out and sprayed it out with carburetor cleaner. Made sure I didn't get any carburetor clean on anything that it would hurt, with any kind of rubber gaskets. And I made sure everything was in place. And there was very little, if anything, in the float bowl area, like as what I'd consider. I think most of what was in there is what I got in when I took the bottom off the carburetor, but I cleaned everything out real good. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, these things, but this one kind of got me stumped because they usually don't, and it wants to kick back a little bit when you go to start it too. So it's almost like it's out of time. You know what I mean? So.
Well, Jamie's saying maybe it could have worn out cam lobes, but Brandon, he's saying the coil can have spark and still be bad. Now, have you checked the compression on it?
No, but it isn't smoking or. But I'm getting light soot or black soot. I was getting that on the plug, so that's why I cleaned the carburetor. But it's just like it's not firing when it should fire. I'm getting good spark. I mean, because I got a spark. I got one of those spark testers you can put on this and you can actually watch it firing. The spark is consistent, and it's a good heavy red glow, so it's not, yellow or something, where it's weak, and I mean, even because I reached
Usually
down to,
it should be, well, the spark actually should be a blue color,
well, this
not
is
red.
inside. Well, this is inside one of those.
Oh, and one the testers. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those testers, and they usually, if they're kind of a yellow, bright yellow, then they're weak, and if they're dark red, that's a nice heavy spark, And I mean, it's consistent. It's jumping with, but I'm just wondering if it maybe like Ed. When Ed was saying maybe that timing gear on the crank may have that they press on or some are welded on. He said,
Right.
but maybe hit me and moved, or maybe by chance, maybe one of those the governor, the governor in there, maybe one of those pieces started to let loose, and it's not, it's in the beginning stages. It's just not.
Right.
I've never actually done one of the twin cam, but I've done a lot of the, twin cylinder, but I've done a lot of the single cylinders, and stuff like that. So, but it runs good, but it sounds just like somebody put a erratic cam in it. You know what I mean? It'll run. You can hit the engine's running somewhat smooth, but it sounds like it's got like a little bit of like popcorn in the back. It's in the background of it. It's not as smooth as it should be. I don't know how else to explain.
See, that's why Wayne, when you were, mentioning that, that's why I was, I wonder if Brandon was still on here. That way, he might have an idea. Because, like I said, I'm not an expert on small engines. What I do know about them is basically what I've seen on YouTube. As far as what I've seen Brandon do. I've seen what Musty One has done. And a few other channels, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I know that before I actually started watching Brandon, like I said, it was always Musty One I was watching, and the owner's son, he was complaining about his lawnmower not wanting to run. He brought it up to work one day, and I basically did the exact same thing, like what Musty One did. It was like, okay, well, do we have, it's like, okay, well, we got spark and everything. So then I took some gasoline and, put in the cylinder. It fired up, so I knew it was in the carburetor.
Well, I can stuff.
We got King Joan in the house.
What's up, Mater? Wayne, how you doing? How's everybody doing in chat?
Not bad.
King Joan?
Not a lot.
Hang on. I hit the wrong button there. I'm still wondering out which way all this goes.
Third one from the left. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
I see Brandon in here. Hey, Shaggy. Breezy.
Yep.
What's your engine doing, Wayne?
What do you?
I just jumped in, and I have no idea what's going on. I heard him say some kind of popcorn in the background.
Okay. Okay. I've been through the carburetor and cleaned it. I put a new set of spark plugs in it, and I adjusted the valves, checked the air gap on the mag. I went to checked for air leaks with carburetor cleaner all the way, because it's got that plastic manifold. And I went around I went around real lightly, make sure I didn't drift into the air cleaner, and but what it's doing is it will rev up and down but it sounds like it's got like it's got like a high lift cam in it. It's kind of like sputtering in the background, you know, and it's, you know, it's got the normal, you know, rev up and down, but it's kind of like in the, you know, kind of sputty in the background. It ain't smooth like it should be, you know. So, you know,
does it eventually go away when you, like, it only happens when you accelerate it, or while it's running at, say, 3,000 or 2,800 RPM?
you can hear it in the background all the time. See, that's the thing. It is, and it ain't carburation, because I can sit there and I can try choking it, or take the air cleaner off and put my hand over it and see if I can smooth it out, and that doesn't do any good either. You know, it's something in my mind, it keeps going back to like it's pre-detonation, and all the fuel was drained from the tank, and I put new fuel in and added some seafoam in there, you know, to clean, and it's got a new fuel filter on it. I've been through all the things you would do before you tear down a motor, you know what I mean? But it sounds, but the governor is moving a little bit because of that, but I'm figuring that's from the pre-detonation. I made sure the springs are hooked up on the governor, and, you know, the returns, all them little return springs are all in place. I made sure those are there. And I even tried it. One side I thought was a little weak on spark. I even put a different coil on it, and it really didn't make no difference, you know. And I did put a spark checker in there, and I'm getting a solid, you know, ignition. It's not cutting out or anything. I did it when it was dark so I could see it real good, you know. But it sounds like maybe.
What was that guy smoking?
What guy?
So when I was read what you put on there, like, I'm going, guy saying welded metals aren't as strong as epoxy. I'm going, what the hell is that guy smoking?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Yeah. What about
what am I smoking?
Have you tried setting the governor? Do a reset on the governor?
No, I haven't.
Do you think it might be out of whack?
Well, what it is I can shut the throttle down where the governor won't move at all. You know, it'll set there constant, you know, and it won't sit there and jump. But when you put it up into full rev, it'll move a little once in a while, but not very often. You know, you can see it move, but if I take it and then jerk it up real quick, the governor will move, and, you know, and then it'll regain and come back to its normal position, you know.
When I was on a forum, me and a couple other buddies of mine, we left that forum for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, it was like me and 6 other guys left it, and we were the top techs on the site. And it was a free site, you know. We wasn't getting paid for that or nothing.
Right.
One guy had about the same problem you had, and it was his intake, and he got him ordered him what was it, a cast aluminum intake. His troubles were gone.
Huh. This one here. What?
So
when
I'm
this,
just wondering then, Boo, does that mean that he might have a some kind of a crack or something like that, hairline crack in that plastic intake?
It might be a crack he's not seeing, or it's warped.
Okay.
That plastic does warp from the heat. That's something Briggs and Stratton. Now, it is a Briggs, right?
No, this is a Kohler.
No, it's
a Kohler. Oh, okay. Okay.
But it does have that plastic intake. That's why that's why I said I took carburetor cleaner and I went around and just slightly sprayed along the, where goes to the intake, on the heads and
Where it
and
bolts
on
on,
the,
right.
and then I went along the seams where it's clipped together, and I didn't see no RPM change.
Okay. What carb do you have on that one?
It's oh man, it's one like it's like a motorcycle carburetor. It's made
Is that funny name, huh?
Yeah,
it's I know which one.
Quink or something or another.
Cooling or
yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
It's same one as made by Yamaha. It's got like a vacuum whatever thing in it.
Yeah, I know the.
Hey Wayne, is that a Mikuni carburetor?
No, it's the other one. It's not Mikuni.
It's a Curing or something. Does it have like a crown emblem on it? Like a king's crown.
I don't remember it, but it has a diaphragm. It has a plate on the top like a diaphragm, like a two-stroke, and then but it does have a floating needle and seat.
Oh yeah. Well, your Nicky Carb's got that top plate too, and there is a gasket on that thing. Is that a Command Pro or a Command?
It's a Courage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Everybody says Courage. Hey, what it was, the mower.
They're not bad engines. I can't knock them that hard. I can't knock them that hard.
It was running. They said it.
Hey,
well,
I had the Kohler Courage 19.
Yeah, well, there's a few things you do to keep them maintained, and they will be good engines. But you've got to pay. They need TLC about twice a year on torquing the sump bolts on top of the bucket because they are a bucket engine.
This one's the bottom. This one's the bottom.
A bottom sump.
Yeah. This one's got the bolts on the bottom instead of having the top plate.
Okay.
It has it's got the oil pans on the bottom half of it. I thought
you have a V twin though, right?
Yeah, it's V twin.
Yeah, okay.
It's like I said, it sounds like almost to an extent like you're putting driplets of water in it. You know how when you like.
Yeah, I know the little with water. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Brandon got something in chat. Just take both kill wires off.
Yep.
And then you'll have to kill it by hand, manually. And try that. You might have one of your kill wires just might be arcing a little bit.
Okay.
And he also said, he's asking if the pump is on the side of the car. The fuel pump.
No, the fuel pump is on the side of the cover. It's a vacuum off the crankcase.
Right.
Well, off the valve cover actually.
Right.
And the fuel filter stays full. I mean it's not lacking for fuel. I mean it doesn't bog. When you rev it up, it don't bog. Like I said, it sounds like if you're out of time and it stumbles, you know what I mean? A little bit. But it's in the background. It's not on. Oh, it's hard to explain.
When's the last time you took the flywheel off?
I've never had it off.
Okay. Have you ever had it backfire on you?
Well, this is my nephew's tractor, and
I see.
what they were doing with it was they were out, they were pulling a little trailer with it, and they were doing dumping, and they were shoveling mulch off. And what he did is the person that was driving it took off or started to cross the yard and opened it up wide open. And it took off running. And then all of a sudden it started stumbling and then it quit and they couldn't get it started again. And like I said, I put new plugs in it, and I mean,
Right.
I didn't expect it to go this far. I figured I'd figure it out beforehand, but I'm about ready to, like some of the people said, I'm pull the bottom end off. Pull the motor and pull the bottom side out of it.
If you had just if it had a backfire at one time, I know you're not aware of that, but if it did have one when he was running or something, maybe, just maybe, like he was talking about the timing being off a little bit, that key is sheared just a hair, or RCH.
Yeah.
And that can affect it. I mean, I've seen motors run with a partially sheared key. They just wasn't running right.
Right. And this is
Hey Wayne. Hey Wayne. Brandon, he couldn't for some reason he couldn't be up on the panel with his phone, so he called me. So he's got a question for you. I don't know how good you're going to be able to hear him.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, I'm not talking about the fuel pump. Does it have a little, what looks like a little bitty, like it's an accelerator pump. Some colors have one inside the carburetors.
What did he say?
Tell about kind of like what the like your Holley accelerator pumps.
Yeah, it's a little round thing, and it has like a little bitty hose to it.
Yeah. So it's like an accelerator pump on the carburetor is what Brandon's asking.
Oh no, it don't have one of those little diaphragm accelerator pumps. I see it. I see the castings there for it, but it doesn't have it.
Okay, because sometimes those are bad, and when those go bad, I just recommend it's cheaper to replace the whole carburetor than it is to try to fix that with the parts here lately.
Yeah. Well, Brandon, do you agree with okay, Breezy? They mentioned about the key on the for the crank going to the flywheel, if that could be cracked.
This goes back to, it could be several things. It could be slightly partially sheared, like Cajun said, and could be causing it. I would check that, and if that don't do it, I would do check the cool wires, like I was saying, because you can have spark. You can see good spark on tester, and don't mean your cools. There could be something slightly off, and with your module, and you're getting your spark in your eggs.
Well, Cajun, he was going them coil wires. They could be grounding out just a little bit.
Well, that's a common issue. That's why I said pull those wires off.
Okay.
It's a common issue. That's one of the test process when you look at a color manual they recommend doing.
Okay.
If none of those do it, I recommend a cylinder leak down test. Maybe it's leaking around the valves or something. Because you can have, it can not smoke and you still can have low compression, just enough to start causing issues. Because those, believe it or not, those colored cartridges, like I got this one out here, it has 180 psi per cylinder. They put out a lot of compression for those V-twins.
Wow. A lot.
Yeah. So, last thing I would do if none else works, I would do a leak down.
Okay.
Anyway, don't get all here and eat supper 'cause I'm hungry.
All right. Appreciate it, Brandon.
No problem.
All right. Bye. So Wayne, does that give you some insight on some of the things you need to check on it?
Yep. That puts me in the right perspective on it.
Yeah. What horsepower is it? What model is it?
I think it's like a CV720 C or S or something like that. I think that's what the numbers. I'd have to go out and look exactly.
Well, it's going to be your horsepower and CV. What? How many
he
horsepower
was
is it?
thinking it's like a
Well,
Cajun. He was thinking it's
when
like
I looked at
23 horse.
when I looked the numbers up, the numbers when I looked on the Kohler thing, because you know, make sure I checked on the make sure on the gap for the 30 thousandths on the plugs, and it said that it was in the 23 horse range is what it was. So I'm just going by that.
All right. 23. Let me just.
And it don't have that. It don't have that stupid 4-wire plug on it. It's just got the single kill wire on each side on the coils.
So it's a CV23.
A 720 or 720C or S or something like that. I'd have to go.
No, a CV is a command. Never mind.
No, it's not. This is the Courage.
Yeah. Okay.
It sounds
7.
like it ain't got much courage right now.
No.
720 is what you remember, something like that.
Yeah. A 720V or
725. Because a 725cc is a 23 horse.
that's probably it. I'm
22,
thinking.
23 horse.
Yeah. It's in a Cub Cadet. It's in the 1,000 series or whatever, 10,000 series or 1,000 series, whatever. Machine.
Here. It would be a SV, not a CVB, SV, 720.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't worked on any Kohlers for a while. It's mostly Briggs and some Kawasaki's down here.
Well, I've actually the other one I got here's the other one I've got here. I got another one, but that's a 25 horse. I know what that is, but that's on a Husqvarna. That's my Maz. I just maintain them most time for something to do, but this one he asked me if I'd check it out because it was this.
Okay, looking something up here.
Well, Wayne, you came to the right channel tonight to find out what's wrong with the mower.
Yeah. Well, I figured, hey, this is what everybody wants to talk about. Well, now we got a live and got a real problem.
Yeah. Hey, and that's that's the one thing I'm always saying about with my channel is like we'll talk about anything. Okay, if y'all want bring up a subject and everything, put it out there and we can go with it. I mean, it's not just my channel is not just about small engines. It's not about coin collection or Cajun cooking.
Mhm.
Someone's not paying attention to what I'm saying. But I mean, I'm talking about anything, everything. I don't want to be just. I don't want my channel to be just specific to just one thing only. I mean, we can talk about. Like I say, like what Crystal was saying, I'm all over the place with topics and everything. I mean, I've had, I've been talking about, coal stoves and lanterns. I mean, I got to the point where I need to see about ordering parts of that mil spec, but one, I haven't had the extra cash to put out on it, and second, just haven't had the time to get a hold of my supplier on Coleman parts.
Well, it's,
Hey, Scott, how you doing? No, you're not stealing. You're just going to borrow it. At least I know she's not going to want to borrow the trike. It's got the Millennial anti-theft device. It's called a standard transmission.
I was watching a show today. We're on YouTube. They're young, a family. They do the custom paint jobs on the big trucks, and
Right.
and they were showing the 14-year-old boy in there, and he started working with his dad and them in there when he was 7 years old, and today they showed him they got a huge place, and they showed him driving a 18-speed I think it was a Peterbilt 389 or whatever it was.
359.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, he was sitting there floating the gears, not using the clutch, and I mean, I kudos to that kid, man. I mean, 14 years old and could shift a big truck like that. And plus they turned around and having him back it in and park it, and the kid lined up the front bumper all in one time. He brought it back and lined it up and stopped, and with the other bumper on the other trucks, and didn't even didn't even hesitate. He did it the first time real quick, so it was really.
Yep. I remember my first. Right. I was gonna say I remember the first vehicle I drove that had a standard. Now, mind you, I grew up learning in an automatic. So the first vehicle I ever had that was standard, it was a '64 Chevy 3/4 ton, had the 327 in it, but it had a Granny 4-speed in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no problem. I got in that, driving it. It's like okay, no problem.
First one I learned to drive on was a stick shift, and it was a Lark Studebaker station wagon. Had a small V8 3-speed on the tree.
Yep. No problem, Ed.
All right, that's a King
You're always
carburetor.
working though.
Mm-hmm.
19 millimeter carburetor. Yeah, carburetor is like $250 on that thing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Ed.
It wasn't dirty or anything. I mean, I went through it and I took a fine copper wire and went through just to make, and then I blew carburetor cleaner through them. The carburetor didn't have any corrosion or anything, and I was more or less just checking to make sure. You dropped something there, dear, on the floor right there. The cross with the.
Yeah.
Hey, Shell.
But I just wanted to make sure it wasn't in the carburetor. Like I said, it don't sound like a carburetor issue. I mean, because otherwise, why I'm saying it's not. I don't believe it's there because it wouldn't rev up and down, it wouldn't decelerate or go up or down, and it ain't backfiring.
Well, on those carbs right there, particularly, and Brandon knows which ones I'm talking about. We was talking about them Saturday on his birthday stream.
Yeah.
Like the Nicky carbs, even the Walbro carbs. They have a Welch plug on there. They have two of them, matter of fact. But they have a Welch plug, And those Welch plugs on those corbs have to come off. And if you have an ultrasonic cleaner, I'd run that thing through 3 cycles without the Welch plug, then get a Welch plug for it. Because that idle circuit and that idle circuit also has to do with high speed also. They work together.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it goes, it sounds like it gets full throttle. And like I said, it will. And if you shut it down, I can be at full throttle and pull it right down to 0, and it'll go back to an idle. But it's got a rough noise in the background, like it's missing in the like it's popping in the background. It's not popping out the tailpipe.
Mm-hmm. Right. I want to say that carb is not clean all the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, what I would check, what Breezy was saying is, I checked that key on the crank to see if it might have been sheared some.
Yeah.
But if you got your crankshaft, or if the crankshaft is one position and you've got the flywheel and it's off, and that would throw your timing off.
Yeah,
that could be doing it. I have seen that happen.
That's what I was kind of wondering. Somewhere the timing is off. I
would check keyway to see if that key on the crank, between the crank and the
yeah, that's where your timing would be off right there. A minor timing issue would be on the key, partially sheared. A major timing issue would be 1 tooth off on your cam and crank.
Right.
That would be a major timing issue right there.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, if the crank and the flywheel, because your flywheel, that's where your magnets are that your coils are picking up. So if you've got it off just a little bit, yeah, that could be doing it right there. And I do remember, seeing that. I think Musty Wanted actually found one that the keyway was, you could see it, literally see where it was not split, but where it had been shoved over some.
Right.
He put a new one in there to clear the whole problem. And Breezy, I appreciate you bringing that up.
See, that's one of these things where it's hard that's the only problem you have, is trying to describe something to somebody. And right now it's 52 degrees outside and it's pitch black.
52 degrees. Wow. You're in the coolest spot in the whole United States then.
Yeah, 52 degrees tonight.
He needs to send some of that cold weather our way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd send you some of this cold weather if you send me some of that good Cajun food this way.
I got step-by-step videos on my channel.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah. Hey, Cajun can send you some good Cajun food. I'll send you some good Tex-Mex. How's that?
Okay.
I want some tamales. Homemade tamales. I love that.
Yeah.
I picked them up today at work. I got the chicken and I got the pork. One of the ladies that used to work with us, she does now outside contracting for us. But I'd actually talked to her last Friday. I said, hey, I was asking her, when's the next time she's going to make tamales? She goes, I can bring some Monday. It's okay, fine. I want a dozen pork, dozen chicken. She brought them today. It's like, I brought them home for lunch, eat them up, and Crystal's going, oh, these are good.
I'm fortunate enough that the next door neighbor is Mexican, and she makes some of the best tamales. But I like Cajun food and stuff, and I like hot sauces.
Yeah.
I'm
I know I
into
was
it.
giving Cajun. I know I was kind of giving Cajun a little bit of a hard time Saturday night, telling him that Crystal and I are going to go for some good Cajun food. We're going to go to Razoo's.
I never heard of that one. That's that almost sounds like Papados over in Houston and all that area.
Now,
There's
it's
a lot
kind
of
of like
Papados around Texas.
it's kind of like a Papa. Yeah, I mean I know we got Papados and stuff like that up in Dallas, but no, yeah, just do Google search Cajun, and you can look up for I think it's Razoo's Cajun. But yeah, I mean they have like all the stuff like from the of course you get the po' boy sandwiches. It's supposed to be all the blackened fish and stuff like that too.
Right.
Comes with the red beans and rice. Supposed to be authentic Cajun food.
Well, if they got somebody from Louisiana in the kitchens, overseeing the kitchens, well, yeah. Or if it's a good Louisiana recipe, Cajun, real authentic Cajun
What's
recipe.
that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. It's we got several. I think there are about 3 or 4 in the area. I mean, I like the food. I mean, they give you, they do have some boudin balls and everything, which those are good. I know I'm not saying it correct.
Sig got his buddy there.
Oh, that's nice. Shameless plug, Brandon.
Yeah, that's my wife showing off the puppy. We got a little long-haired Chihuahua, and she just had a bat. She gets a bat about twice a week. She don't go outside.
Mm.
Yeah, if we go to the camp over there, but yeah, she'll go outside then, down on the bayou down there. And they do got a couple of gators in that bayou, so we do keep an eye on her, not to get close to the bank, go close to the water.
Mm.
I'm gonna look up that Razoo's here in a sec.
Yeah.
See how they
R-A-Z-Z. Right, but it's
R-A-Z-O-O.
No, R-A-Z-Z-O-O.
Oh, okay.
2
Razoo,
Z's, 2 O's.
like Razoo County.
Good.
Dallas. They got one in Dallas, North Carolina. Dang. Arlington, Round Rock. Yeah. Okay, let me.
And now they got Mesquite. They're still.
Let me look up their hype. Open for dine-in. The original location was in Dallas. Let me see.
Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. Papados, and I know there's Papados, and was it Papacitos or something like that? There's about 2 or 3. The Papa restaurant chains out there.
Oh, that's a good sized place. This one here is right on the water. I wonder where that's at.
What kind of scooter did you get, Brandon? Did you get another one of those Coleman ones?
The Bible doesn't say who was the Lord of his
Oh, Cajun. Hey, I know Wayne. He wound up hearing it. I believe he did. But I went going over to Harbor Freight yesterday, and I got lucky to find that U.S. General end locker still in stock.
Oh, what?
It's
Oh, U.S.
the end
General
locker. Yeah. And the thing about it is, they don't have it on their website anymore. And the manager at the store I went to, he checked, and there are none in the warehouse. He gave me top and bottom boxes, but he can't get me any of the end lockers.
Oh, you talking about the toolboxes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're talking about the spray can closets and all that?
Mm-hmm.
The tall ones?
Yeah, the one, it's about 5 foot tall. It attaches the side of your
right. The big
part,
bottom chest.
The bottom box, and it's got a door on it.
Girlfriend in.
It's got a couple of shelves, but it's got a couple of drawers at the very bottom.
Uh-huh.
And they wound up, for some reason, Harbor Freight, they've got them no longer listed on their website. So what is out there in the stores is it. And luckily for me, you know, when I did that video a while back, as far as what color Skittle toolbox I'm going to go for, I want to, you know, it's going to be red. Well, they happen to have the end locker and the end cabinet in red. So I wound up getting both of them yesterday. They're normally $240. And because, you know, yesterday being Father's Day, you know, I had that 20% off coupon. Well, that 20% off coupon would not work with the U.S. General toolboxes. So what the cashier did, I made 2 separate purchases, and she wound up doing a 10% off each one, and it came up to like $233 after tax.
Wow. That's cheap.
Scott, did you pay $400 for a Hemi Durango? Damn. And all it needs is tranny?
I tell you what, their gumbo looks good.
That Rezzers has got some good food. Now, how good theirs is compared to what actual Cajun food is, I can't tell you. But I do know that I've actually been to Memphis, Tennessee, and I've actually had Memphis-style barbecue, okay? Now, come back to the Dallas area, there's a place called Red Hot and Blue. They say Memphis-style barbecue. I've actually gone in there, and I'm going, this ain't Memphis-style barbecue.
I've heard of Memphis-style barbecue, but I've never had it.
Right. Well, like I said, there's a chain of restaurants. It's called Red Hot and Blue, and they're supposed to have Memphis-style barbecue. Well, like I said, I've actually been to Memphis. I've actually had Memphis barbecue before. And like I said, I tried that place out, and I'm going, no, this ain't nothing like what I had in Memphis. Hey, Scott, if you can, if you ever find a gas 3/4 ton Dodge truck cheap enough, let me know. That's what I'd like to find because I've got a 97, but I'd like to find something a little bit newer. And the problem of mine is I got a transmission problem with it.
Too bad you weren't up this way.
Why is that?
Yeah, there's a place over in a Bay City, Michigan. They do, if you take it to them, they'll pull it out, put it in, rebuild it for about $1,500.
Oh, I can rebuild. I can fix mine. The only problem is about 2 years ago. Well, I was using it about 2 years ago, and I think I got one of the cooler lines busted on it, and it started leaking fluid. So I parked it, and I just haven't done anything with it. And it's like, okay, time, I really haven't had the finances to mess with it, and I've been getting my finances in much better order. So now it's like, okay, now I can see about working on it.
Well, this place over there, they replaced the torque converter, the bands, and the pumps and everything.
Yep.
They go from
So
one
I can
end to
do
the
that
other, new
myself.
seals. New seals and everything else. Put it this way, it's hot
Yep.
tanked in the whole 10 yards. And then they put it back in and set up linkages and everything. All you got to do is drive away.
Yep.
And then they
See, I
give
can
you
do that myself.
yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
but you get a 2-year warranty, unlimited mileage.
I
Hey,
guess
I'll tell you
I
what,
give myself that.
there's a few places down here too that'll but when they charge like $1,500-$1,600 for overhaul rebuilt engine, I mean they don't re-knurl the valve guides and nothing. Everything's new, and done right. The heads are all surfaced. The block is surfaced.
Yeah.
They don't take that much off, because you start taking too much off, you're gonna get your compression ratios off.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
It'll raise it. Right. You shape the head too much. The same way with the block, you're going to raise your compression up. But not only will it do that, but it'll also throw off the location for the holes between your intake and the head,
Yeah.
and that all gets thrown off.
Yeah, but they'll resurface everything like it's supposed to be, better than factory. Put it that way, And
Yep.
While they got it apart, might as well do a little something extra to it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get that little extra zip. Like put a little bit bigger duration lift cam in it. Just one notch above. You don't want nothing going. No, you don't want nothing like that. You just want something that's going to increase your pep a little bit.
Put a little raise.
Like maybe like a 50 shot of nitrous.
A what?
Like I said, like a 50 shot of nitrous.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That gives you a little bit of extra oomph.
Yeah. Brandon, I
Or
like
put a
my
blower
food
on
from little mom and pop stores too. Like in Ville Platte, right up the road over here. The guy, what's his name? Hodges, Adam Hodges or something, bought my uncle's tire shop. Y'all know him, Adam Hodges. I think it's Adam
Hey,
Hodges.
take it easy.
Let's see. Doug, no, not Hodges. Doug Stack. Doug Stack.
Yep.
Y'all know him.
Yeah. Now I will agree. Some of the best food you can ever get are going to be at some of those little places like that, because they can take their time to put the extra effort into making it. It's not all, as far as what corporate says you got to cook it. These guys here,
Right.
someday they might put a little bit extra, a little bit extra of this in it instead of what they normally would. So Yeah.
I got a video on this one place. It's Frostos, and Missy worked there with her sister, helping her sister out when she was a teenager. And best kept secret in town. That's the name of the video, the title of the video, I think. Best kept secret in town. And the old pool hall style hamburgers. I mean, I'm talking about, and it's not but $2 for a hamburger, $1.50 for a small burger, $1.50, and they still wrap it in that old. Remember the old sheets of they pre-cut. They come in a box, and then they take one out. They put the burger on it, fold it up, put a toothpick in it. They still use them old style papers like that. And I'm talking about it.
Now,
Those
I tell you
burgers
one
bring back memories from when I was a kid at the pool halls in town.
Yep. Well, Cajun, I remember when I went to Fredericksburg. I went down there last year and just out about and everything, trying to see the sights, and hearing about the Texas train tunnel park. And what it was there was a train that used to go from Fredericksburg, I think, to San Antonio, and they actually had a train tunnel. Well, they stopped that line and everything, but the tunnel's still there, and now it's home to I forget how many thousands of bats, and it's a state park. Next to that, it's a little building, and it's Alice Springs Cafe, and they do have some good burgers, like they've been saying. So I went going there. It's like, yeah, they do have some good burgers. It's one of those places off the beaten path that you would never thought about. Yeah. I don't know if Jane's ever been there or not. So that's down in her area.
They have a little seafood. It's not really. It's called like seafood and burgers or something. It's Dwayne's. It was under his mama's name. It's up in Ollie, Louisiana, which is a pretty good ride for me because I'm in Southwest Louisiana. They above Alexandria. But look, the food over there is awesome. Fried shrimp po' boys, oyster po' boys, and all of the seafood comes from down here on the Louisiana coast. Fresh seafood. They peel their own shrimp. They don't order the boxed shrimp that's already peeled. They have the license where they can go pick up the seafood themselves, bring it to their restaurant, dehead the shrimp, peel the shrimp, shuck the oysters, or buy gallons of oysters from the coast. They just got awesome food. And they have the same old style burgers. Where they put the buns on the grill. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
And they put the bun on the warm, not the hot side of the grill, but the warmer side of the grill. Then they put mustard on the bottom bun, put the patty on it, put the lettuce, tomatoes, and chopped onions, put ketchup on top of that, then put mayonnaise on your top bun. That's how I like my burger. And that's how most places. Whataburger does the same thing. Whataburger is one of the few chains that put mustard on their burgers. And Whataburger does put mustard on the bottom bun like I do, like I like.
Yeah. Well, you can keep the mustard. I don't like it. I don't like mustard.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't like yellow mustard, but I will take like Dijon.
Yeah,
but my favorite is a honey Dijon mustard.
I like that too. I like the Cajun mustard. It's fresh.
I haven't had that.
We call it fresh mustard, but it's a Creole mustard.
Okay.
not yellow. It's kind of a tannish color, and they still have the seeds. You can still see parts of the mustard seeds in it. It's a rough mustard, But Zatarain makes it. It's Creole mustard.
Yeah.
I like that mustard. But on a burger, I do like the yellow mustard because, well, that's how, after almost 60 years of eating them like that, when I was a kid too. And yeah.
Hey, Scott, which one are you talking about? The 24 volt or the 80 volt? I got both.
Oh Lord, now you're gonna talk up DA or whatever his name is.
No, he was wanting to know what I thought about the Cobalt Weed Eater.
Yeah, I know.
But which one? I got two different ones. I got the 24 and I got the 80.
You remember so and so? What's his name? Was DS, DSA, or DA or something? He had all the. And I told him, I said, man, if you would work for DeWalt, you'd be their top battery salesman or two salesman. I mean, he knows his stuff.
Antonio. Yeah, you're talking about Antonio.
Yeah. Well, what's his channel name?
It's Antonio Claudio Michael.
ASM. That's it.
ACM. Yeah.
ACM. Yeah. That's him. Man, that guy got some stuff now.
Oh, yeah. Well, Scott, okay, I'll put it like this. The main reason, let me grab it. Got it sitting over here. Gotta move my chair out of the way first so I don't stumble over it. Now, if you're talking about this one, okay, this is the 24 volt one, okay? I do like it. This is it's very lightweight. I mean, when I say lightweight, okay, I'm picking that up. It's okay. I'm picking it up with one finger. Okay.
6 pounds.
I think it's about 6 or 7 pounds. Okay. And mind you, this is the same finger that about 2 months ago that I was having a nail go into from the nail gun. Okay.
Right. Oh yeah, boy, yeah. I know the feeling.
So I'm actually putting it on that joint where that nail went in. Okay. Yeah, I got a little pain still left in the finger, but I'm actually holding this thing up with no problem. Okay. It's very, like I said, I think it's about 6 or 7 pounds. But it uses the regular, 24 volt batteries. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it because it's lightweight. I do have, like I said, I do have the 80 volt one. But that one there, the biggest difference, okay, I know I've shown this before. Okay, here's a 24 volt battery. That's the 80 volt.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, mind you, this 24 volt is a 4 amp hour. This 80 volt is only 2 amp hour.
Yeah.
So it's not going to run as long. But do I like that one better? Yes, I like the 24 volt one better because of being lightweight. And simple fact is that I can go and buy a 2-pack of these 4 amp hour batteries for $100.
Yeah,
okay?
I remember you saying that a week or so ago.
Yeah. Whereas the 80 volt batteries are going to be running me about $200 to $300 for one. And those things there, they take anywhere from an hour to 2, depending upon which one. It can be anywhere from an hour to 2.5 hours charging full time.
Yeah, that's a 3 beer break.
With this battery here, 30 minutes.
I picked up a Craftsman with the weed eater and blower for $99. Wow.
Yeah. Actually, no. Okay, Scott. Now, here's the thing. When I picked mine up, you can check with Lowe's. Okay. Normally they're $139. Okay. But the reason I got mine is because at the time they had a package where it came with an extra battery for free. Same price. That's the main reason why I bought it. It's $139 with the charger and 2 4-amp-hour batteries.
Hey, how's the weather over there?
It's actually gotten pretty cool. I guess because we're getting some of the remnants of that tropical storm that came through.
No, that thing's out in the upper Atlantic now, but we are getting a lot of rain all day. Half the night last night and all day today. For some reason, I don't know where that rain's coming from.
From the sky.
Yeah, but I don't know what system is causing it.
Right. We haven't had any rain. I think it was pretty hot and humid here today, but this evening the temperature has actually dropped. Let's see. Get away from me, Bugs. According to my phone, it's 76 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, and we got a nice cool breeze. I'm going, yeah, it feels good.
Oh, that's a little cool front that's coming through your area. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a cool front coming down.
Yeah.
That's what pushed that storm out into the Atlantic that quick.
Yep. But yeah, like I said, as far as, like on that weed eater, I mean, right now, I hate saying it, but I mean, I've got the 80 volt push mower that I picked up, last year. It was actually a replacement for the one I had previous because I had the 80 volt, the old style brushed push mower. Well, it went out on it. It totally crapped out. I mean, you sit there, push the button, it'd start up and run for about a second, and then stop and sit there and beep. Well, it was still under warranty, 5-year warranty on it. Okay, found where my receipt where I purchased it, showed it to them at the store, said go get a new one. Okay, fine. I went and got another one, and they're about $400. Now, I got bugs still floating around me. Yeah, it was some kind of Amber Alert, Jamie. But anyways, I'm actually looking at maybe going and getting the 24 volt push mower. Now the only thing is, it actually takes 2 batteries to run it, but it comes with 2 5-amp-hour batteries.
Yeah.
And a dual charger.
That helps.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking about going and getting it, and keeping the 80 volt one. But like I said, I'm switching over to everything 24 volt. I mean, I've got, of course, when I bought the kit and everything, it came with the flashlight, came with the drill, it came with the impact driver, and it came with the reciprocating saw. Of course, I think it came with maybe 2 batteries and 1 charger. But since then, I've got the 24 volt chainsaw, which I really like. Even though it's a 12-inch, it still works good. I don't have it out. I don't have it here. I've still got it in the house, but I got the 3/8 impact, and that 3/8 impact is what I used for when I changed that engine out on the riding lawnmower last year. It had no problem torquing everything down or loosening, especially that bolt that is for your pulley on your crank. I mean, it just zipped it right off there being a 3/8. I figured it ain't going to do it. Nope. Zipped it right off. No problem.
I got the 1/2-inch Cobalt, and then I got the 3/8 impact ratchet. It's the heavy duty one,
Right.
the 24 volt. Now I like that 3/8 impact ratchet. It's big, but you take it to a scrapyard, or if you're taking something apart, that thing I very rarely ever have to touch a 1/2 inch. That 3/8 will take everything right apart.
Yep. That 3/8 ratchet that I've got, like I said, I had no problem loosening stuff up. I figured that, I'd have to have a 1/2 inch, especially on that bolt for that bottom pulley.
Mm-hmm.
That 3/8, it just zipped it right off. Not a problem.
Well, have you seen the ones that got the 3/8 impact ratchet, the big heavy duty one that Cobalt's got? That's the one I got. That big heavy duty one, and that thing's got some torque.
Yeah. I'm probably going to see about, I know one thing that's on my list as far as getting is going to be the miter saw. They've got that 7 1/4 sliding compound miter saw. That's
Right.
24 volt. Want to see about getting that. I'm actually going to be seeing about getting the 1/2-inch drive impact wrench. Like I said, possibly maybe even getting a 24 volt push mower. I don't know yet. But that one right there is like $450 just for that push mower. I'm going, I've got the 80 volt. Yeah, I like it, but the way things go with 24 volt, I mean, for charge time, as far as the batteries, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes compared to an hour to almost 2.5 hours on the 80 volt. It's like, man, I've got so many extra batteries that, if that mower was to die, it's like, okay, fine, pull those 2 off. I could put 2 fresh ones on there, keep going. I don't even have to worry.
I wouldn't want to mow my yard with an electric mower.
Mine neither. Mine neither. My yard's too big.
I've got a pretty good sized yard and everything, but I mean, I can actually mow the front as long as I've got it under control. Which right now, with all the rain we've had for the past couple of months, my yard's gotten out of control. So it actually does take more than just one battery to run.
Right. I got a total of about 4.5 acres.
Riding lawnmower?
No, 0 turn.
It's still a riding mower, right?
Right.
Okay. It don't matter if 0 turn or 180-degree turn. It's still it's a mower. You sit on it and ride it.
Yeah, but there's a difference between 7.5 mile an hour and mowing at about 2 to 3 mile an hour.
True. No, I don't know. Especially with that mower I've got right now. Now I do have an Ariens, and like I said, it had that Kohler Courage 19 on it. But like I said, with that thing shooting something to the side of the block, I put that Predator 708 on there, V-twin, and going from 19 horse to 22 horse. That made a big difference in that mower. That thing will move now.
Well, you got the RPMs.
Yeah. But not only is it, it might be only 3 horses more, but that's a lot of power for a riding mower.
Yeah, that's the I bought one of those Hustlers with a 24 horse. It's a 730V Kawasaki on it.
Right.
and that 60-inch cut.
Yep.
So far, I'm very happy with it.
Well, I mean, like I said, right now, I've got, I'm gonna send someone off for seek and find tomorrow.
Hmm.
All she's got to do is go down and seek out the place and find it. That way, she can get the deck belt I need for the riding mower, and I'll actually be able to get out there with that thing, cut that grass down in a heartbeat.
Well, I haven't got a lack of mowers because I've got 3 wheel horses and then I've got a Husqvarna with a 54-inch cut with a 20-some horse Kohler Command on it. But
Right.
they all cut good, but it's not the cut here, and it's the time savings, because I used to spend 5.5 hours on a mower, and now I'm only spending an hour and a half.
Right.
And it's worth the money just to have my time back to use the way I want to instead of sitting on a mower. I mean, I
Right.
enjoy mowing, but it's still on a hot day or a warm day, whatever, and you got to get it done.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean, like I said, for me, I don't mind, but my biggest problem is that, with the hours I work, I mean, I put in almost 10 hours today at work. So, I'm going in at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I clocked in about 8:15, and I think I clocked out like 7:06. And of course, I took an hour lunch, but, come home from work, I'm pretty tired, and it's starting to get dark. Haven't had dinner yet. Y'all saw me eating earlier, but it's just fact is that I don't have a chance to do anything like that during the week.
Well,
Weekends,
it's like,
that's the time I get.
see, it's like me. I'm retired now. Well, I'm disabled, but my back, and my heart and stuff. But I used to work 12 on, 12 off, 7 days a week, and plus drive an hour to work both ways. I just want my time back. I don't want to spend my time working. I don't consider working on lawnmowers and stuff working. That's something I enjoy to do,
That's
Or-
playing around.
Yeah, it's just having fun to me.
Right. That's, it's kind of like for me, some of the things I do around the house here. Like my storage shed, which I need to get back to working on again.
Mhm.
Because I finally started getting my wood supply back. But it's just the fact is, something like that, I find it enjoyable because it keeps my mind going and lets me, use it to be creative. And, it's kind of like what I'm wanting to do with that Top Fuel mini dragster. It's like, okay, I've got an idea. I don't mind tinkering and everything. It's like, gives me something to do.
Right.
Did you ever see the movie? It's Burt Reynolds in it. Stroker Ace.
Yep.
Do you remember the part in the movie where Jim Neighbors is in the bar, and all of a sudden he had that dark-haired lady come up to him?
Not positive on that one.
It winds up being Elvira.
Oh.
And she winds up, he winds up going, "Hi, ma'am, how are you?" And she goes, "I don't know, how am I?" And Jim Neighbors goes, "Well, I'm not one of the drivers, I'm one of the mechanics. Or I'm just a mechanic." And she goes, "I like mechanics." He goes, "You do?" And she goes, "Yeah. They know how to tinker with things for hours and make them go faster." One of my favorite lines from the movie.
Yeah.
And that's the way Elvira has to say it too, in that
Yeah.
voice of hers.
I like a lot of them old ones. It's just like the one with the one that was played Coward of the County.
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers did he was a dirt tracker and he ran
It
into
was
those little kids.
Six pack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. I love that movie.
Oh yeah, I like those old ones like that.
Right. And the thing about it is, if you remember what kind of car he was driving at the very beginning.
Wasn't it a
I
Mopar?
already know what kind of car it was.
I'm not sure.
It was your late 70s Camaros.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because back then, that's because you got to start. Okay, I started dirt track racing back in '85. Okay, and back then, at the track I raced at, we only had 3 classes of cars. We had what's called street stock. You had economy late model. You had modifieds. Okay, your street stock car was basically you take a car from the late 60s all the way up to the 70s, and you totally gut it, take all your glass, plastic, chrome, all that kind of stuff off, and you put a roll cage inside the driver's compartment, and you run whatever motor came from the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's it. Okay? You weren't running racing tires. You had to run tires that came from a tire shop.
Okay.
Okay. Your economy late models was basically a Camaro where you could run, you had the roll cage that went from bumper to bumper. But you could do a whole lot of stuff to your engine. You could run alcohol. You could run headers on it. But you could also run the racing tires on it. That's basically an economy late model is what Kenny Rogers is racing in the movie Six Pack.
We grew up on our streets here where I live. We always lived inside the city limits, but they raced the 55s, 56, and whatever Chevrolets. And the neighbors used to run their race cars up and down the road and tune it. And then also they had a big track kind of set up in their back yard that they'd hit it around there. But I used to do that every weekend. They get ready to run at Auto City Speedway up in Michigan.
Yep. And Jamie, you're right. It's all about the driver's skill, but it also, if you don't have the skill, and the car's set up, you can have a car set up perfect. One driver can get in it and basically kick butt all over. You leave the car set up the same way, put a totally different driver in there, and that car is not going to do crap.
Right.
So, yeah, it is going to be the driver, but it's also with the setup on the car. And the reason I know that is because the way the rules were written at that time, someone actually went by what the rules stated. They came out with a car that the tech guy was going, this car's not legal. And the guy said, okay, show me where the car's not legal. They went over that thing with a fine-tooth comb, could not find anything that was going to make it illegal to run out there. They had to let the guy run because it was according to what the rules stated. Okay?
Right.
One of the main rules was it said wheelbase 92 inches minimum. The guy came out with the car with a 94.5-inch wheelbase. Okay? He had the whole thing set up. The thing about it is he was running a 6-cylinder engine against guys running a 350 V8. He was kicking their butt all up and down the track with a 6-cylinder and
Wow.
a 1-barrel carburetor. And it was a Gremlin. He built a Gremlin and went out there and was kicking the guys' butts that had the Chevy Camaros with the 350s and everything.
Yeah, that'd be a 232.6.
Nope, a 258.
258. It had so it had the big one in it.
Yeah, he had the big one in it.
Mm.
Yeah, that 258's that AMC engine, American Motors Corporation.
It's actually International Harvester.
International Harvester. Yeah, because my International Harvester truck, 1972 model, had a 258 in it, straight six.
Yep. But the weird thing about it is, okay, they use an International Harvester engine, but they use a Chrysler TorqueFlite 904 transmission with a specially built case to match up to it.
With a Motorola.
Princess
charging system.
Jamie knows a lot about those 258s. Believe me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that had a Motorola, and then it didn't it have a Autolite carburetor on it, Ford?
I think mine, like she was saying, I think mine was a Carter.
yeah.
No. Well, mine was a 1-barrel though. Mine was a 1-barrel on my truck.
Yep. Most of your 258s had a 1-barrel Carter on there.
I know I raced. I had one of the old Gremlins with a 6-cylinder in it, and I was racing I raced a Ford pickup coming out of town south of us, and I run his doors off with that little Gremlin.
Yep. They're lightweight and they can zip in and out. As a matter of fact, last weekend I saw one sitting somewhere, and as soon as I get I'm hoping this weekend I get a chance to get over there and see if they want to sell it. Because I had a 74 Gremlin X that was red. Loved that car. Had the 258 in it. Man, you're talking about a car that was fun to drive. It might have been ugly, but man, that thing was fun.
That little
Mark.
V8 that they put in them, that 304, was it?
They had 304s, but
Yeah, they
I
were
did
a good motor.
hey, Wayne, I found one of those Gremlins one time at a junkyard from the factory. 396 V8 with a 4-speed.
396. I remember those in the Fords.
Yeah, but this was the international. It was the AMC 396.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's the one that was real wide on the top.
Yeah, but can you imagine that Gremlin with that big of an engine and a 4-speed from the factory?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, from the factory.
From the factory.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I bet you the Cold Springs were that big around on the front end.
I don't remember, but man, I opened up the hood on that car. I go, what? And yeah, like I said, it was a 4-speed standard.
Dang.
Yeah, that thing would have been something to have seen running.
I had a 63 Chevy stepside pickup truck. I had I bought it I traded in my little Datsun truck on a Chevy Love truck, full of cancer. I mean, it was tore up from the floor up. The guy that owned it, it had a 4-cylinder in it. He bought it for a work truck to go to Sabine Pass. He was from Abbeville. down on the coast. He went to Sabine Pass. It didn't have no miles on it, hardly. He went to work, parked it for 14 days at Sabine Pass, and all that salt there, and saying, Miss Crystal's there.
Yes, I was in earlier before you got on.
All that salt there, that truck was full of cancer, but the engine ran perfect.
Yep.
And it had that little, I think it was a Mitsubishi, or it had a little China, a little Japanese engine in that Chevy, little 4-cylinder Jap engine.
Yeah.
Mitsubishi or something.
No,
Or Isuzu or something. Isuzu.
Zuzu.
Yeah. Good, hey, good little running engine. And
Yep.
I was a fool. I like my old step sides. It had the original 283 in it, and it had the 2-speed power glide transmission.
Mhm.
That truck would get it. That 63. The engine went out. The engine was just about a goner when I got it. And I think I killed the rest of it. And I ended up putting a 307 in it. And let me tell you something. Them 307s now, hey, I wish they would bring those back. The 307. I wish they would bring them back.
That's
Just be glad it's not
60.
305.
Yeah, I think they quit making them and came out with the 305 or something.
Well, the biggest problem with the 305s is that the camshafts, when they were manufacturing them, they were made out of a softer metal than normal, and the lobes and everything would wear out.
Oh.
That was.
Well, I know they were bad on collecting oil on the bottom of that intake or something up in that area.
Right.
That was one of the main issues on them, and then they corrected that
Yeah.
somehow. But that truck would get it with that 307 and that 2-speed power glide.
Ours in one piece.
Oh, she told me my car's in one piece. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, they were messing with me about borrowing his car.
Yeah, I heard it earlier. The one with the standard transmission.
No, his is not a standard. The standard I cannot drive. I never got taught. So I literally was told by 2 different people, in order to drive a standard transmission, you grind it till you find it.
Oh no.
I did that for about 2 years, and I hit the brakes, put it in park, got out, walked around to the passenger side and said, move, because I ain't driving this.
Now, as
And
far
I
as
was talking to my uncle when I did that.
But as far as what I was talking about is the only thing I've got that's the millennial anti-theft device would be the motorcycles.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, she can't drive that. It's got a standard transmission.
Yeah, but yours is a different standard.
But it's still a standard
It is still
transmission. You still
standard.
got a clutch. You still got throttle. You still got shift gears manually.
But I like your pretty yellow one. I just won't drive it because I don't have the balance for it.
No, you ain't riding. You're definitely not going to ride Fat Albert.
Nope.
Your butt is always going to be on the back of Blue Angel.
Yep. And I have no problem with that.
I know.
All right, guys. Much as I love y'all, want to deal with and want to stay out here, he needs to actually shut it down because we got rain coming in about the next half hour, 45 minutes. It's getting
Really?
cold, and I'm smelling, and I can actually smell the wet in the air.
Yeah. And of course, it is a school night, so that means I got to be in bed asleep soon because I got, as I say, I got school in the morning.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I have to get my child up early in the morning because he's taking the trash out.
Yep. All right, now before I forget, all right, Cajun, let's talk about coins.
Yo,
Okay.
Go ahead.
That quarter that I sent you pictures on.
Okay.
Y'all, so far about 3 different people have all been saying that it's post-mint damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it
Okay.
is.
Right. That's what everybody's saying. But to me, I'm actually physically holding the coin in my hand, looking at it. Y'all are just, getting the pictures on it. But what I'm thinking it's not post mint is the fact is that on the obverse of it, especially where the date is, okay, it looked to me, what it looks like is there's two spots on there where the
It was misstruck.
it was misstruck, and there's nothing there, like the die did not strike it, and that's why you've got those two raised spots, especially one where the date is, and we're thinking it's 1986. Okay,
And I'm sitting here holding it like this with the flashlight and doing this thing
right,
to try
Right.
to move it enough to get. It looks like the back side of the 6, and you can see the top, but you can't see the circle.
You remember I did mention it looked something like a cud.
yeah,
Okay. Well, a
And-
cud would kind of look like that. But there's also another thing called a grease stripe.
right,
That's when they polish the dies. Okay. Now that doesn't have anything to do with the damage or the irregularities in the quarter itself. But a
right,
grease stripe is when they polish the dies and then they grease them. Okay. And when they grease them, it fills up the inside of the die. The die is actually, when you're looking at it from top, like that, it's all infused. Okay.
Right.
There's all the head is below the surface, the date's below the surface of the die, and all
Oh,
of
yeah.
that stuff gets filled with grease. So the first few coins that are struck on the planchets, on the blanks, the
Right.
metal blanks, the first few coins, they won't have hardly anything on them. You know, the dates, the letters, that's all like even with the feels of the coin. That's
Right.
called a grease stripe. And maybe that date was a partial grease stripe, but then that was damage after that. Maybe.
right. Now, I will agree that there is damage to it that's probably post mint, but like I said, there's those two spots on the obverse where it looks like there was something wrong with the die itself where it did not stamp it correctly. And then you've got the very top where you've got that one little spot that's sticking out. You can actually feel the ridges on that.
Yeah, it will damage will fold the reading. They call that the reading. The reeds
Right.
on the outside of the quarter, the little
Right.
grooves.
Right.
A good enough hit by something will roll that over to the obverse or the reverse of the coin.
No, it's not.
In fact,
you
I'll
can
be
feel
honest.
it all the way around.
Cajun, it looks like somebody took like a flat nail or something and just tapped it. So it took the die, it took the ridges and moved them from here down and just flattened it. No, it didn't. It didn't roll it, didn't flatten it.
No.
It didn't fold it at all. It looks like it just got shifted down.
It shifted down and squished out because you can still feel the ridges going around all the way.
Yeah. If
Okay.
what you're talking about is instead of sitting like this, it would do that. And it didn't do that.
No.
It looks like it just got squished.
If you can get some good high quality pictures, which your pictures were good, get some close ups. Do you have a
Yeah,
microscope?
I took it on my phone.
I'll
Do you
I'll
have
go and take them with my phone.
Do you have a microscope?
No,
No.
I don't.
But
Okay.
my phone is about 3 years newer than his, so we'll take it
Okay.
with mine.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
iPhone does have the some of the best cameras they ever come out with in phones. The iPhone
Right.
does.
Well, the
Uh,
pictures I took of it are actually with my phone, but my phone's like 3 years old.
Yeah, well, I still got the pictures in my email, and
Yeah.
to be honest with you, I forgot you were on tonight, but I was looking for the coin Q&A panel to see if they were live.
Right.
That's how I seen you were live, because I was
Okay.
going to show those pictures to the Q&A panel. But
Right.
since we're here talking about it now, get a good picture of the edge. Like, okay, here's a 50-cent piece. This is
Right.
This is a Nipsey. This is one of the most sought after Kennedy half dollars because they didn't make them for the public. For the
Okay.
general public, they only came in sets
Right.
and collector sets. So anyway, look, you see how it's on the edge right there?
Yeah.
Okay, get you a good picture
Picture
of the
just
two
the edge.
spots like that, you know, kind of close up though.
Yeah.
Get a picture on the edge of the whatever happened to it, and then some good pictures, the obverse and the reverse. Well, this is
Right.
the obverse, but I was
Right.
just hypothetical, for example.
Yeah, I just got my phone in March, so we'll use mine, even though they're both Androids. His is
I can.
outdated, kind of,
I
sort
can-
of, and
right, well,
needing an update.
It's not that. Like I said, it's only about 3 years old, so
It works, but
the picture on it is still going to be good quality. I mean, might need to
Right.
clean the lens and everything. I don't know. It probably wouldn't hurt to clean the lens. Yeah, I clean that lens.
honey, my opinion of your phone has been received file 13.
Yeah, I know. I need to see about getting a new one.
Yeah.
But like I said, occasion with me, I've been dealing with coins for years, so I know I'm not an expert on them, but I do know some things on them
Right.
as far as what to look for. But like I said, to me, when I want going, believe it or not, what's real funny is I actually got this as change coming out of the soda machine at work.
Uh-huh.
And I look, because anytime I get coins, I'm looking at them.
Oh yeah, look at the dates and the mint marks, or even newer coins
Yep.
are valuable because,
Oh, yeah.
like your Roosevelt dimes, certain years they didn't have a mint mark. It was missing the Philadelphia, the P for
Right.
Philadelphia, and man, those are worth a few $100 or a few thousand
Yeah.
bucks.
Down here, we mainly
Denver.
get the Denver mint.
Right.
Yeah,
Fully
but
higher.
coins travel across the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
I know, but 90 to 95% of the coins that come into Texas, Oklahoma area is from Denver.
Yeah.
Now he's going to have fun
I get
because
both.
I just brought in about $10 worth of 50-cent coins,
Uh-oh.
and they're all in a jar, and I just unburied them this morning from where they were when I packed them.
I'm going to show you my coin scope, but my next coin scope is going to be an Optitec, OPTITECK, or TEC. This is a good coin scope. It has the roll up and down. That's your zoom, and then you have your focus right here, and you can take pictures with this.
Okay.
With this one, you have a button for a picture. This is a good coin scope. Do not get one with the flexible neck, the one that gooseneck, like a microphone
Right.
stand. Do not get one like that,
Right.
because you're not going to get that right angle where the base is here on the bottom,
Right.
and then this. That's a perfect 90-degree angle.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you take a picture of your coin, you got it. But there's also an app called LookZee, LOOKZEE. It's got the two eyeballs that looking sideways, kind of.
Yeah.
That's the LookZee app on the phone, and it'll even tell you. It'll just about grade your coin too.
Huh.
You know? Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I
That's
know
a good app, the LookZee app.
There's still one mint mark. I mean, I know about the P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S is San Francisco. I know that CC is Carson City,
Mhm.
but I'm still looking for a W,
Okay,
and that's West Point.
that's West Point Mint.
Yeah.
They only made so many millions. They made 2 million of the W's like each year for
Right.
each series. They 2019, 2020, and there's no W for 21, but they do have the the different quarters. They got the Tuskegee Airmen, and they have crossing the Potomac.
Yep.
So,
Hey, Cajun, where does the Morgan silver dollars come from?
it depends on what mint made them.
I think they're Cincinnati.
No,
Not Cincinnati, but it was out west.
Carson
Well, they
City.
got a New Orleans mint.
Yeah.
Well, what it was is
Carson City
Morgans-
mint.
if-
Carson City is going to have CC
okay,
underneath the Eagles' tail feathers.
okay, because though I won't see how many silver dollars I
Well,
got.
no, I didn't
Well, that doesn't matter. I got a bunch myself.
Well, put it this way, I've got them ranging back as far as
I'll be in a few minutes.
1800 and something.
As what?
1800.
Yeah, the first Morgan dollars were in 1878.
These are the 1800s everybody says the ones from out west there were more, the Morgans were worth more than the others or whatever.
The CC in Carson City are worth, and that's no lie. Somebody told you the truth. They are worth way more than the other mints. But there are other Morgans also that were San Francisco, like the 8 tail feathers instead of 7, or hypothetical example. One of them has 8 tail feathers. 1 year did. The first year or first 2 years had 8 tail feathers on that die. Then they changed the dies. The reverse feather.
Well,
Right.
I just happened to run across the whole
I'm gonna hop
collection.
back out. I just wanted to make
that
sure he
was
knew that I was
inherited.
here. And no, I'm not fixing the hole in your coffee cup.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to bed.
I know. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Well, if
Bye,
you're
Miss
not,
Crystal.
I know.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Crystal.
well, if you're not here before the storm is, I'll be asleep.
Put it
Yeah.
this way, I've got somewhere around probably 25 to 30 pounds of silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, Wayne,
You got a nice little collection.
right. Now, I'll agree with Cajun. Fact is, I do know for a fact that the reason, now Cajun, you can correct me if you want, if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard is that you had your 3 main mints. You had, of course, Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco. Okay. Now, there were other mints for a short amount of time, like he was saying, New Orleans. I forget, there was a couple others that only were there for maybe a year or so. But Carson City, they did the mint, they were minting them, but they minted them in such low quantities. That's why anything that's stamped CC is very much sought after.
Right.
Because the other 3 mints, they did hundreds and thousands of them.
Right. They have a low mintage. Correct.
Right. Carson
Right.
City was very low mintage.
Yeah. New Orleans too.
Yep.
New Orleans
Also
too.
got some of those steel pennies.
Yeah. 1943s.
Yep. Now, you could have a 44. You got to check that too.
Yeah. 44. If you have a 44 steel penny, the actual real McCoy, you got lunch money right there, big time.
And if you got a 43 copper,
you got more. You got more lunch money. There's only
Now,
like
you got
two
retirement.
that exist.
Well,
The Danbury mint, Jamie. The Danbury mint is that they don't mint the coins themselves. They just call themselves a Danbury mint, and they sell a bunch of stuff. They call the market setters. Those like Littleton Coin Company, the Danbury Mint. Now the Danbury Mint, they'll have another third-party company mint something for them, like bars, silver bars or whatever. But the Danbury Mint is, nobody messes with that because they something like the Franklin Mint.
Yep.
That they sell these coin sets for a very high amount of money. and the coins are not worth it at all.
Right.
No, no.
What it is,
Vanguard Mint,
these
Franklin Mint.
coins were passed down for since the generations when they came over from England, and I mean, these coins are all
What
nothing.
coins?
They're all U.S. minted, like silver dollars, half dollars, quarters.
Oh, you're talking about your silver stash? You're talking about? Okay, yeah. Well,
they're all, and then you got and there's dimes and there's nickels and some pennies
yeah,
but
and they did have silver nickels too during World War II. 1942, 43, 44, and 45 were silver nickels.
Yeah.
35% silver.
I thought
But-
the nickels were only silver in 44.
No, 42, but not Denver. Not Denver. 42, Denver's did not make a silver nickel. Only San Francisco and Philadelphia. The center of the United States, the middle, no silver nickels. From 42, 43, 44, 45, 4 years. 35% silver.
Okay, but I was told that in 1944 they went all silver on
No.
the war nickels.
No, 35%. That's it.
Huh. So the information I got was wrong then.
Correct.
Okay. Because like I said, I keep up with all that kind of stuff.
There's a site. It's called CoinBook USA.
Okay.
It's got every year of American coinage, the mint mark, the mints, the population report, the mintage of that year for
Right.
each mint, and it gives you the prices, and it's a pretty accurate price too.
Okay.
CoinBook USA,
Right.
and they got each individual, and you let the left side of your screen, you're gonna have large cents, small cents, 3-cent pieces, 3-cent nickels. You're going to have the 2-cent pieces. That's going to come before 2-cent pieces. And then your all your nickels, dimes, half dimes. Then you got half dimes. They had half dimes before they had nickels. And they didn't call them nickel. They call them half dimes. And those were out in 1800s. Early 1800s. So you get something like from 1801, 1802, yeah. And you want to hold all your coins like this.
Oh yeah.
Especially Wayne, with your Morgan dollars and your silver. You want to hold them by the edges like that.
I actually get the best thing would be put in those little plastic cups.
Flips.
Yeah. I didn't know what you call them.
I'm a guardhouse dealer, so I sell coin supplies.
Okay. See, I didn't know what you called them.
I sell the double-sided flips that, do like that. And you can put a coin on each side or just a coin. Wait, I got one right here, I think, somewhere. Yeah. I got a couple of silver half dollars right here. Right there. There's a Walking Liberty half, 1943, I think it is. Yeah, 43, and then the only solid silver Kennedy half was in 64. These are guardhouse flips right here. I do sell the cardboard flips. Those are guardhouse flips also.
No, what
The little round capsules,
Right.
those are more expensive. Those are for like your higher graded coins, your best, some of your best coins. Yeah, you're gonna pay like 20, 25 cents a piece for those. The cardboard flips are the best for a general collection, and then when you get up and like the silver dimes and stuff, you wanna if you only have like 1 or 2 or 4 or 5, whatever, put them in these, and then you can put a little piece of cardboard in here, thin, like, I don't know. I make my own out of construction paper, and then you write all the information on it, your date,
Yep.
the minute, all that good stuff.
All right. All right. One other thing before I shut this down. Silver certificates. I went to a flea market late last year, and a guy had some $2 silver certificates,
Mhm.
and I think he was wanting like, I think he was wanting about $8 for one of them. What is the value on a silver certificate?
Well, it just depends on the serial number too. How many millions were printed?
Okay.
Then I've got loads of silver certificates, $1. I got $2 red seals. It has to say silver certificate on top of it.
Right. And there has to be a blue seal.
Well, they have a lot of $2 red seals that people will try to pass off as silver money, but it's not.
No.
How
Look
about
on,
ones
look
that
on
say-
top. Look
Right.
on
It
top.
has to say, it will say silver certificate at the very
Right.
top, and it should
Right.
have a blue seal on it.
How about the ones that says pay on the demand to bear in silver?
Yeah, but but they stopped that in the 60s or what, 68 or 69. I think
Okay.
they stopped it because silver was getting more expensive than, it was getting pricier.
Right.
Have a $5 gold note, and that's what it said on top of the $5 bill. Gold note, $5 worth of gold to bear upon demand.
And that
Right.
should have a yellow seal. It's got a yellow seal on it.
Yep, gold seal. Yep.
Yep.
Sure does. But you can go, even if you have a silver certificate now, you can't go to the bank like you used to and
Yeah.
say, hey, give me a silver dollar for this. Because nobody's going to give you a silver dollar for a regular $1 reserve note nowadays.
Right.
And you still can't turn in a $1 bill silver certificate for a $1 gold coin. A silver coin. You
Nope.
can't do that now. Yeah, like I said, they stopped that back then in the late 60s.
But I do know they are worth more than face value, collectible wise.
Yeah, correct.
So
Scott said he's got some loonies and toonies, and LOL, but that's Canadian coins.
Yeah.
Your toonies are $2 coins, and your loonies are $1 coins.
I got a few marks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The German marks?
The German marks.
Yeah.
ooh,
Them are from the 70s.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind getting my hands on some German bills and coins, because that's where
I thought
my
they were-
grandmother came from.
I thought the marks were older than the 70s. I thought that was like from the 30s.
Well, put it this way: when I was there, I got the coins. When I was there, I don't. It's like everything else. Until everybody started collecting. And they want, things go out of circulation. You know what I mean? So
do you have any of the Reichsmarks?
I'd have to look.
Okay.
I do have some German memorabilia from the Second World War.
Okay.
Some of the badges and the medals.
Okay.
The wife's father got them when he was there during the Second World War.
You got any coins with the swastika on them?
I'd have to look through that
Those
stuff. 'Cause
are collectible.
Yep.
I've actually got a tear gas pen from Germany.
Gasping?
It's I got the cartridges, and it's like it looks like an ink pen, and you slide it over and pull it back and cock it.
A zip pen. A zip. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like a zip gun pin.
Zip gun.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a tear gas. It's tear gas cartridges.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
There's I've got 5. It's got 5 rounds in the pen, and I've never shot it. I don't, age.
You better be upwind or whatever.
Downwind or upwind of it or
Downwind.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
downwind.
you want the wind blowing at your back when you fire that.
Right.
Off.
Yeah. I put a whole bunch of stuff in the safety deposit box because I also got the father. It was one of her great grandfather's pocket watch. And it's not so, and what it is, it's not so much the watch is worth anything. I mean, it's gold and everything else.
That's the gold value.
But he was a conductor on a train, and the gold chain that is on it went up here in your in your watch pocket up on your chest,
Right.
and then it hooked to the belt. That's solid gold.
Yeah, the watch fob.
It's heavy, and it's heavy gold. That's probably 24 karat gold or so. I can imagine what that chain's worth.
22, more than likely. 24 is too soft.
Yeah, but it's heavy. That's a heavy chain.
Is the watch gold too?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all.
Even though it's not gold, if it's an old engine conduct engineer's pocket watch, it's still worth good lunch money.
Well, let's see. A lot of those her relatives came from England.
Okay.
And they brought a lot of these things with them. When they come over on the boat, as they say.
Right.
And,
Hi guys, I was just looking at the radar, and about 10 minutes or so, that's when the rain's going to be getting here, and it looks like to be a pretty good storm. So,
okay.
I hate cutting it off, but it's like I gotta get all.
Yeah, you gotta work tomorrow too. So.
Yeah, I gotta be at work. Hey, and Scott, anytime I'm live and everything, hey, you're more than welcome to pop in here.
Yeah, next Wednesday. This coming Wednesday.
Possibly.
More the merrier.
Yep, possibly Wednesday, because like I said, usually I try to do it on Mondays and on Wednesday, because Tuesday night, of course, got the 2 goals, and then Thursday night is usually Power Stroke. Friday, you got Justin on, and then Saturday, of course, Brandon, he does his.
Right.
And Sunday night, that's when you got Dinner Tools. So I try to pick a day where nobody is on, so that way I'm not stepping on toes and taking away from them that I know.
Right.
So like I said, usually, Mondays and Wednesdays is, evenings is when I try to go live.
If you don't go live this Wednesday, shoot me an email and I'll go live, and then I'll send you an invite to the panel. And,
Okay.
And Wayne, but I need your email, Wayne. So
Wayne Hatfield at gmail.com.
We'll get it Wednesday. It depends on if he goes live or not. Last Wednesday I went live for a little while. I don't know, hour and a half or so. So Mater joined me.
Right.
It's just my name at gmail.com.
Okay, I'll forget that by then. Believe me. In 5 minutes, I'll forget it.
Twisted V Twin's supposed to be on Saturday night, supposedly.
Yep. Right. Yeah, because usually Mark and Sandy with Ed, they usually go live about 6 o'clock. And then Brandon, he does his at 8 o'clock. So, I mean, now I could do something on the weekend, but it'd be during the daytime. But with my job and everything, working
And
so
then
late,
mix live on Saturday afternoons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bayou time, Texas time. All right. Hey, everybody.
See you
Good to
later.
see y'all again.
Good night.
And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Get y'all later. Pluto.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all coming up on panel. So, I'm
Thank
going to shut this down. And like I said, I appreciate everybody, especially Wayne and Cajun from coming up on panel. And of course, got Jamie, Scott, had Brandon on here, Shell, and of course, Froggy. I think Mark was on. Everybody else, but mentions like, hey, I appreciate everybody coming in. It's been a fun night. That's all I can say. So hopefully I'll see y'all Wednesday night then.
That's all,
Y'all
folks.
take care. Bye.